What's going on, guys? It's New 603 from Shustybang, and joining me today is Fake Thriller.
What up?
And today we're going to talk about kind of our overall impressions from Battlefield 4. I won't lie, we both have lost complete interest in joining the rat race of trying to get out the first video and having the best overall video and having the ultimate breakdown of trailers. So what we wanted to do, and what we've actually done with the last couple things, is wait for all the information to come out, because you got all these busy bees that try and jump out, jump the gun and come out of the gate sprinting to be the first one to get out a video. But the problem is they miss a shit ton of information because not everything is given right up front. Especially with E3, it usually takes 2 or 3 days for everything worth noting to get out. So, now that that's happened, we've had a chance to digest it, it's time to discuss it. Chris, what was your, what were you most impressed by with Battlefield 4? We'll put it
I
that way.
think I don't want to give a cop-out answer, but everything looks better, and that's the best part about it. It's not like for instance, look at Call of Duty Ghosts. I don't know if you've seen anything from it, but Call of Duty has been notorious for being similar to itself, very similar to itself year after year, or at least every other year. Other year,
with very little progression from title to title.
Yeah, and it's to the point where they're like, wow, like the big joke this year is like, oh my goodness, there's a dog, there's a dog in the game. So Battlefield 4 had me believing that that's what we were going to get. And I was going to be okay with it because it was going to be worth like 6 months of my time to get a whole bunch of new Battlefield 3 maps and, some reworked weapons and stuff like that. But it looks like they're turning Battlefield 4 into like the next gen Battlefield, not to be like too cliche or anything like that. But I don't know if it was hardware holding it back for Battlefield 3 or they just didn't have enough time, but Battlefield 4 looks like it's been improved in every facet that I've seen so far, whether it's map design, map events, gunplay, character models, graphics, vehicles. Everything has just been ramped up that much more. And on top of that, it's all stuff that we've all asked for. So it's like they've been listening with their little memo pad, and they're like, all right, we got you.
Right, I think that's the biggest takeaway I have to take from it, aside from just overall being completely impressed with everything that we've seen so far, is the fact that they listened. And they even mentioned that. If there's a couple of DICE developers that frequent Reddit pretty often, like in the Battlefield 3 and the Battlefield 4 subforums, and they actually drop a lot of comments and stuff, and one of them had said, this is what you get for giving us so much feedback. We actually listen. And they showed it. They brought back Commander mode. They brought a Spectator mode. Beyond anything, that was the fucking smartest decision that I think DICE and EA is going to make. Maybe it's just solely on DICE, or maybe it's EA saying, yeah, we'll pony up the money to allow you guys to hire the team to develop that. But that is going to be a just massive step up for Battlefield in the esports scene. It's just, they've added so much to it that it's like a totally different game. It's like a whole new standalone, this is a brand new game, because they've added so much to it. It's like, wait, what the fuck? We were playing that on Battlefield 3 before?
Well, that's what people have been saying, and I don't know if you feel the same way, but like I saw a thread on Reddit today where people are like, guys, I don't know about you, but Battlefield 3 seems really boring now. There's none of this awesome stuff.
Right, it does. And one of the things I really noticed was, I'm watching all this footage, because I did have the intention of going through and doing some other videos, but I was like, yeah, right. And but there's actually a lot of interesting game mechanic changes too that I thought were like, overall grand scheme of things, aren't a huge deal, because it's nothing earth-shattering. But it's the fact that they went and fine-tuned all of these little things that piled up, or is actually a very, very significant pile of things that they did change, enhance, or just better in some way, shape, or form. Like swimming. You can now do a sprint swim, and you can dive underwater for short periods. And on top of all that, you can actually shoot while you're in the water. Granted, only with your pistol. Things like climbing the ladders. You move a little bit faster now, so you're not just like, derp. I know I'm a super soldier here. Well, not a super soldier, but I'm a mid-20s male and I'm in the prime of my life, but I can climb this ladder one step every fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, things like that. couple other things I took away. You can pull up the mini map instead of just having it down in the corner. You can pull up the entire map, showing the entire playable area of the map that you're on, that fills up your entire screen. That's actually fucking huge. Like, it's little things like that just keep piling up that I'm just so impressed with.
Well, it's because there's these massive improvements left and right, but then there's all these refinements littered out throughout just about every aspect of the game. I don't think there was anything that was there that necessarily wasn't improved on. Like, even the reshuffling of the classes, the different kits, giving a bit like certain abilities to certain, like they made the recon pretty much viable again when it comes to being an all-around player by giving it C4 and like the motion balls and stuff. No longer do you just have to basically snipe or use PDWs to be halfway effective. Like in Battlefield 3 you could use a PDW on a recon, but like what, I mean, the only thing you can do is put down a spawn beacon to be really effective, Now they're actually giving them tools to excel.
Right. And, it seems like a really good overall balance between all the classes.
And as far as what you were saying about like who's responsible for it, like whether it's EA or DICE, and I'm willing to bet it's both. Like, it's definitely the guys at DICE doing a phenomenal job, but at the same time, the budget has to be there from EA. They want this. They want to shut down Call of Duty, and there's no better time than right now because Call of Duty's hardly innovating, and Battlefield 4 just came out friggin' swinging.
Yeah, like that forearm guy from Mortal Kombat swinging.
Goro?
Yeah. They came out hard, and I will say that a lot of it has to come from DICE because obviously it's their game, they're the ones building it, and they're the ones gathering all the feedback. And EA is just the money pit. That's where they get the funding for most of it. I know they make a lot of money anyway from making the game and how much rights they own to it, but it's still not enough. You still got to have someone to produce it. It's just kind of like any band out there that needs to get a producer to sell their records for them and stuff. But I feel like EA is trying to, one, they definitively want to put themselves on the map as the number one. They want to overtake Call of Duty, and that's no secret. They've even made that public. But on top of that, I think part of it is they're trying to revamp their image of, we're a money-tight company that doesn't give a fuck about anything. We just care about the top dollar. Yes, that is still true to a point, but now I think they're trying to rein that in a little bit and be like, okay, you know what? They're screaming for this so much. Fuck it. Let's give it to them. Let's change our image a little bit here. I could be wrong, but it's definitely very feasible. I know there's a lot of people shaking their pickaxe and lighting their torches right now saying I'm dumb, but
it's something you want to believe.
It is. I really do want to believe it, and it's certainly a possibility. Just because they were a shit company before doesn't mean they can't turn their shit around at any point.
Well, and maybe it's just they're realizing, hey, if we give them exactly what they ask for, we'll get our big profits, and that's what's going to happen. Like, I mean, I don't think I'd be the first to predict that Call of Duty Ghosts won't flop, but it won't.
It won't set the bar like the past 3 releases for Call of Duty have.
Right, and we will see a high turnover rate. People will get it and they'll play it, but there's no way you can ignore Battlefield 4.
Right.
They're going to get tired of their Call of Duty Ghosts, and then they're going to see friggin' buildings falling over on Battlefield 4, and they'll be like, yeah.
Yep.
I'd like to try that.
So, aside from that, there's a lot of other little things about Battlefield 4 that just look good. And what it really took away from it, to just kind of wrap up all my thoughts into one final thought, was a lot of people kept asking me over the past couple months as things about Battlefield 4 started coming out. They said, hey, Snoof, are you worried that Battlefield 4 is just going to be basically like a Battlefield 3.5? And I said, okay, well, what do you mean by that? They said, well, basically, we just get Battlefield 3 again. Same settings, same kind of weapons, same.
That's what I thought it was going to be.
Time frame, right? But just kind of refined. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually happy with that. I'm okay with that because I really did and still do enjoy Battlefield 3. Granted, how I enjoy it now is different, but it doesn't matter. I still enjoy it, and it was a phenomenal game, and I could not get enough of it, and I still enjoy it. Battlefield 4 really is a Battlefield 3.5. It's Battlefield 3 refined, but it's not that simple. They went so far above and beyond for what they did to fix the game to make it so much more polished compared to its predecessor, that it's like it's mind-blowing to see how much better they can take a good idea and make it great.
Yeah, I mean, they need just hopefully they follow through with beta launch, a good game launch, and then we're good to go. So I'm totally pumped on Battlefield 4. If you guys wanted to take away a final impression from me, it's just 2 giant thumbs up, and I can't wait for more.
Yeah.
Oh, yes!
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave us your feedback, let us know what you think of Battlefield 4, and if you could share the video with your friends, we'd appreciate it, because you guys are cool like that. Alright guys, we'll catch you later.
Later.